Hello and good morning again. We're live from the Lord Bagenal in today, and we have a live audience here this morning. They're coming into us because we are celebrating, with thanks to the Carlow Chamber of Commerce, celebrating excellence. There are so many amazing companies out there in County Carlow. We've heard some of their stories, but we continue to find out more about the businesses that we have, the brilliant employment we have on the ground. It's a good time of year to champion local business as well, coming up to Christmas. You can watch us on the live stream, by the way. We have great listenership on the airwaves of KCLR that tune in every morning, and we're not forgetting you because we have a brilliant prize for you today. And you'll be able to text us, as always, on 083 306 9696, but you can follow us on the Chamber website as well. We are live on the Carlow Chamber website this morning. Thanks to Greg and the team from Hedgehog who are with us managing that live stream during the broadcast. If anybody wants to tweet, you can use the hashtag Celebrating Excellence. And if you've any requests for your local businesses, please do pop them on the WhatsApp or the text line to us, 083 306 9696. That's all the housekeeping out of the way today. Very foggy morning out there still on the roads, folks, so do take care. If you're listening in the car, make sure your fog lights are on. Hopefully it'll clear up shortly. But we're not worried about that now, Colin, Duggan, because, I mean, we're being treated like royalty here at the Lord Bagenal, and we'll probably tuck into a few scones a little bit later on. How are you today?
Great. And to be honest, James Kehoe and the team here in the Lord Bagenal has really looked after us really well. You know, some fantastic fresh warm scones, tea, coffee, and some fantastic company here today.
What a welcome we got. And you know, when staff are out sprucing up the front steps and looking after all that level of detail, you know you're in a good place.
Oh, definitely. And I'm sure over the next couple of days, James getting ready for Christmas. He's got the Christmas tree out. I'm sure you've been polishing that star, James.
Yeah, that's it. Next week, the Christmas decorations start to go up again for another year. So Kay and the team will be doing that. And it's something we all look forward to every year, filling up our Christmas decorations.
Well done. You're very welcome to the programme, James Kehoe. And since you won the Lifetime Achievement Award, and it was a great honour for you, I know, honoured by the Carlow Chamber, lovely on home soil to get an award like that. What's it been like since? You have great loyal customers that come in, and I'm sure they've been saying it to you.
Yes, Eimear. I was really surprised to get the award now, and that is no exaggeration. I never expected such an award. You know, I really didn't. I was humbled by it, to be honest with you. But you know, and Colin will tell you the same thing. You know, we've got a really good, loyal support and great customers coming in here. It's frightening to think that next May I'm 44 years here. But anyhow, the local lads coming into the bar sort of keep you in your place. And I remember a couple of nights after I got the award, and you know, most people were very so supportive, and you know, really, really delighted I received it and said how much I deserved it. But anyhow, you know, as people will know, you always have the characters at the bar. So one of the lads at the bar said to me, you know, he says, I heard you got a bit of an award. He said, well, I suppose if you were in prison for 40 years, they'd give you something as well when you're leaving. So it's sort of, it's how the local lad will keep you in your place. But anyhow,
it's humbling for sure, I'd say, managing a place like the Lord Bagenal. You have a lot of characters in Loughlin Bridge who love coming in here.
I do. Oh, yeah, look at, we're so lucky and so blessed to have such great support over all the years. I do find it frightening to think only the date is on the calendar that I know that I came here on the 11th of May 1979. I wouldn't realise I was here so long. I would sort of say, I think I'm here about 16 or 17 years. But actually, when you have a date, it is just frightening to think. And yeah, we have great support. I mean, to think that we still have families coming in after all those years, you know, sort of parents, grandparents, grandchildren, you know, throughout, you know, as I said, sort of, you have the christenings, you have the confirmations, you have the 21st birthday party, you get the wedding, and then, you know, you'll have the bereavements, and, you know, so it's just, it is quite amazing just how the journey really has been, you know.
Well done to you, James. You do an incredible job. I think he deserves a round of applause for all the hard work. It's something else being a hotelier day in, day out. And a rare breather for you. It's just a live radio show you have to put up with this morning. No weddings today, but you've had so many. And coming up to Christmas, you'll have lots more celebrations. You'll have all the Christmas parties and weddings.
Yeah, that's right. You know, I'm sure Colin's the same. We're sort of gearing up towards the Christmas parties now. We've had a very busy season with weddings. There during June, July into August, we had sort of 3 and 4 weddings a week. I suppose it's the backlog from the COVID period. The COVID was really quite difficult, you know, for everyone. Well, in our industry, it was really difficult because, you know, honestly, I remember saying to my wife, Jane, I said, you know, I wonder, will anyone come back to us when we reopen? You know, I honestly thought that, you know, because even though I was coming in here day in, day out, and we actually, we redone our kitchens and we redone the lobby area and the new bar out front there, and, you know, you're positive going forward, you're reinvesting, but at the same time, there's that little thought in the back of your mind, and you're saying to yourself, I wonder will the customers come back, you know, but thank God they did, and they came back in their droves, you know.
I think it's that quality, though, James, that I hear when I talk to a lot of businesses that have longevity, like yours. It's the fact that you never take your customers for granted, the fact that you're always wondering, am I doing things right? Are they going to come back to me? And Colin, Duggan, you're the president of the Chamber. Do you feel that as well when you're on your travels around County Carlow?
Yeah,
those qualities are there.
Yeah, I suppose the resilience people showed during COVID and how they galvanised their businesses, looking forward and having the foresight just to look beyond COVID when there was loads of doubt about how we would open or how we would welcome back our customers again. I'm in awe of those people that actually could get over that hurdle and just look forward and keep the teams together and keep them moving forward. It was brilliant to see.
Are you staggered as well, Colin, at times, the amount of businesses we have, businesses that have come to the fore in the last few years that perhaps they have been under the radar, they've been working very hard, they've been quite successful, but maybe they haven't needed to market themselves locally?
Yeah, definitely. If we take the Business Awards as the example, in the category for Best Newcomer, there's 23 applicants. Most of those actually opened during COVID. Again, showing a strength of belief that business in Carlow has that resilience, and that they could see that their business could thrive in a time where people would have doubt about developing anything new. But I think when we can consider the strength and depth that we have in Carlow, we have a fantastic university now, an ETB that's recognised nationally. We have the county council that's developing our county, and actually has a foresight to get master planning in place to develop a county that's going to have a fantastic place to set up business and grow.
I'm not sure how you feel about calling the Kilkenny Road University Road, or if you have any views on that, because I know your day job is in the Woodford Dolmen on the Kilkenny Road.
I would champion that idea. You know, I think the one thing we have to get our heads around is we're now a university town, not a town with a university. And I think we need to embrace that because I do believe the university could be the catalyst to a lot of investment and industry in Carlow.
Right. Don't go anywhere on me. I'm just going to keep these live stream guys on their toes this morning, because I'm going to pop down into the audience, because when we're talking about emerging businesses and new businesses and relatively new businesses, I see Lynda here from Flag Lane. And Lynda, you're in the mix for an award. You're nominated for an award for the Powerhouse Women in Business Awards in the Woodford Dolmen tomorrow.
That's true, Eimear, yeah. That's right. Happening at the Woodford tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. And very excited, lining up with 6 other amazing businesses. And that's what women in business really are. We're a powerhouse in our own right, aren't we?
And it's brilliant to get recognition as well, to have events like that, to let people know what you're doing. Because as I said, for some of the businesses, you mightn't always be focused on getting the word out locally. You might be focused on other markets sometimes, but you're employing locally.
Yeah, absolutely. And to be honest, Eimear, when you're a new business starting off, sometimes you end up working so busy in your business rather than on your business. And marketing is first and foremost of getting your word out there, PR, even attending events like this. talking to yourself and getting ourselves out on the radio. You know, they're all very important to new business.
And tell me, what do you do day to day, Lynda?
Well, our mission is to put marketing on the agenda for every single small business in County Carlow. And why? Because small businesses are the backbone of the rural community. Places like Borris, Ballymurphy, Tullow, Rackiearn. If we have strong businesses in these areas, we keep our local people local. And I mean, that is paramount to what we're doing, because at the end of the day, if we can't find employment, we end up heading off to the big smoke or bigger cities. And places like the Lower Bagenal hire local staff all day, every day. And it's all about getting the word out there and teaching small business how to market differently for a rural business, because that's very different than how you would market something in a bigger city.
Your mum-in-law is with you, and she has her own business as well in Bagenalstown.
She does indeed. Bevel Hair Salon.
Very good. I think she's radio shy, but we'd give them a big shout out this morning.
Bevel Hair Salon, another new business, opened right in the middle of COVID. Absolutely a powerhouse as well. Really busy at the moment, right on the corner of where the old Gilry Arms used to be.
Well done. So if anybody wants a new hairstyle, they know where to go now. Thanks a million to Lynda. James, I'm coming back to you, because mentioning our rural towns and villages, you had a vision for the Lord Bagenal, because when you bought it, it wasn't what it is now, James.
No, when we came here, it's actually a couple of rooms, 2 rooms. And I suppose, I didn't realise it, but I suppose I had this thought that the restaurant and we would just continue to develop. I remember, Lord have mercy, my dad, I remember I brought him up here about 2 weeks before we opened, or maybe 3 weeks, and showed him around the place. And he said to me, he said, God, he said, it's a beautiful place, but he said, I think you're in the wrong location. And thank God, I remember another fella, I was probably in the first week we were open, I had to put this chap out, he wasn't suiting the business anyhow, and he said to me, he said, it'll be nothing only a rookery for crows.
Right, well, you definitely proved him wrong. I hope he's listening this morning. Fair play to you. And back to the shop local then, Colin, we were talking there about businesses that aren't always focused on local. The retailers are. They want our euros. They want to keep them in the county. And that's a big part of your campaign now, and you're launching that today as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's important where we can to shop local and consider Carlow jobs and keep look after retail or even services that you might use as a present at Christmas. It's a great opportunity also to actually look around and see what fantastic products we actually have in Carlow. When we consider shop local, it's whether it's Carlow, Bagenalstown, Tullow, Hackstown, Borris, we should explore the fantastic products we actually have in this county.
And it makes a huge difference. That's the thing. We can't underestimate whether it's buying your small gifts instead of going onto Amazon. You can't see them, you can't feel the texture of them. Whereas if you go local and you've customer service, you have somebody, for instance, I know I purchased something from Douche in Graignamanagh online over the weekend, and I got a call because I forgot to put the air code in for the gift. So you get a customer service if you stay local.
Yeah, and it's those little things, it's those touches that it makes it so personal that we see. A detail won the award for best customer service, and it's those little things that companies do to make sure that they know, say, Colin's size when my wife goes in to buy a present.
How do they do it? They know
Absolutely.
every man in Carlow that's ever been dressed by them. I think they have a file there, and they know everyone's inside leg and everyone's waist measurements. Yeah. Whether you know it or not, lads, they do. They're brilliant. So for the women shopping this Christmas, that's very handy, isn't it?
Yeah, so true. Yeah, I worry when I talk to Philip, right? Yeah, but it's a fantastic business, and it's businesses like that actually that show that they go the extra mile.
They do.
Just goes to show by shopping local, we can actually look after the companies that are really doing well in Carlow.
They have dressed people from communion to wedding day. And speaking of detail, Retailer of the Year at the Carlow Business Awards this year, they've generously given us a €100 voucher to give away again today for our listeners at home. Our listeners in the audience, you can text in as well if you'd like to enter the competition. To win, all you need to do is text detail. Do it now, please, to 083 306 9696. That's 083 306 9696. We're going to take a quick break. We're live from the Lord Bagenal. It's been amazing to talk to James Kehoe, our Lifetime Achievement Award winner here, who's hosting our programme for us today with Carlow Chamber and with President Colin Duggan. We'll be back after these.